Okay, so this is a review of the Bissell Lift Off carpet cleaner, which, as you can see, is absolutely lovely and huge. That there is a DVD size standard box, just to show you the size comparison, because in my opinion it is quite large for a carpet cleaner. It is relatively easy to use. But the first thing I should say is when it first come, it was in a box and it was in pieces. So my other half, bless him, put it together and has told me that this bit here needed to be fitted to it, and there are screw marks here, under there, which required a long screwdriver and would have been better had it been magnetic, because apparently the screws fall out. It came out in sections, and these screws were really quite awkward to put in, and probably should have been used with a magnetic screwdriver. When it's been fitted together, as a consequence, the parts aren't flush there, and is part of the design, I believe. But again, it doesn't seem to factor from use. It's just that it's, you know, it's an eyesore really. But aside from that, it's very, very well labelled. So you've got some fantastic instructions there, and at every point there are labels. So you can see carry handle. It's got a light there for upright cleaning mode. It does have like little labels everywhere, and if my trusty assistant can just lift off that, which you do by pulling that away, and it has got some quite clear labelling going on, and then also inside here somewhere, I believe, there's some other really cool labels going, just to show you everything. And then you probably can't see that because of the light actually, but there is a thing on there. There you go. Okay, so my other half did use this for the first time, because it was extremely heavy and I'm a weakling, and I couldn't lift it. So bless him, he did clean the carpet for me, and so he's been telling me how it works properly. So formula that it comes with, initially when you first open the box, it does come with 2 pieces of Bissell formula, which are small boxes, bottles, but essentially a quarter of the main one that we used filled the whole tank, which was that one. The other one is for spot cleaning, I think. I'm not entirely sure because I haven't used it yet, but it does seem to help with tough stains. But the other one is the one that we use for the main clean. As I say, that was a quarter of that was used in the main tank, which filled the entire thing of that, which cleaned about a full 10 foot by 10 foot area, and well, it cleaned it really, really well. Really well. So basically what you do is, once you've put the formula in there, and fit it back together as so, and then you can use it as a standalone, with a spot cleaner with attachments on it, which are neatly packed away, and has other attachments there and there, just like your standard Hoover really, and kind of fold away nicely. But if you're using it as an upright, which generally it would be my method of choice. Everything tucks away nice and neat. And then you fit the main thing back onto what looks like the hoover. And everything fits back securely. I'm not going to turn it on just yet because it's extremely loud in my opinion, so it will drown me out. But that's generally how it works. It's a push along in its entirety. When you're pushing it along, first thing you have to do as you're pushing it along is to press this button, and as you're pushing it forwards, that releases the formula, and then you let go of that and pull it backwards, and this fantastic little machine sucks up all the water and does a really good job of it. Foot pedal that releases it, so you can use it as a push along. One thing I did notice after he'd finished the cleaning was that the carpet was damp. It wasn't wet, it wasn't sodden, it was just damp. Admittedly, he had gone over it about 3 or 4 times with just the suction on, but it was just damp. Also, my carpet generally has quite a rubbish pile on it now because I've got 2 kids that sort of walk around and make a mess of it. But I did notice that the pile was really quite well raised after he'd finished it. However, as I say, it probably could do with having a bigger tank on it. I mean, our room is quite covered in toys most of the time, so it only has a select amount of part that really gets dirty enough that it needs cleaning. But this generally did the bits that needed cleaning on one tank, which is about 10 foot by 10 foot. So I'll just get my other half to turn it on for me, please. Yeah, so as you can hear, it is quite noisy. Probably no different to a normal hoover really, in terms of noise. But it is quite noisy. It's not the sort of thing you do while the kids are in bed if they're light sleepers. If like mine, they sleep like they're dead, it's not too bad. But yeah, it's generally noisy. It's very heavy in my opinion. So if you're using it as, you know, somebody who helps somebody who's elderly, it's not something that can be just dragged out quickly, and it's not something that you could put away very easily. It does take up a lot of room, unless you've got a massive cupboard under the stairs or something like that. It's probably best suited out to massive houses or to somebody who does cleaning regularly. But generally speaking, it is pretty good. It's very well thought out, but it could just do with a little bit of improvement. Thank you.